Hello from Fine Arts. Today we are going to make these adorable cupcakes inspired by Wayne Thiebaud. And you have creative freedom to create any kind of cupcake that you want, whether you want one layer of frosting or two, or maybe you want three. You can do lots of color choices, and you can even add sprinkles with the cherry on top. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is get our white paper, and we are going to trace our cupcake template. Now, notice how the cupcake is in the center of the paper. So that's how we're going to start, and you might want to have a partner help you do this. You can hold it with one hand, and you're going to just use your black crayon to trace around the cupcake template. And there are 4 different templates to choose from. And this will just give you a little bit of a start. Okay, oh, this one too. Okay, now with your cupcake template, you're going to take a look at it. So I have a cherry on top. Let's see, let me move this over here. Okay, I have a cherry on top, so I'm going to put a line here for that stem. And then this is a circle shape for my cherry. Here we go. And then this cupcake comes through like this with these bubbles. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to just go with it. Bubble, 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 bubble. And then there are lines that go down. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adding the details to our cupcake. All of this is going to get painted. So this is just a rough sketch. Okay, then I'm going to set aside my cupcake template. And I want to add the foreground line. That is this black line right here. So this is our foreground. So it doesn't look like the cupcake is floating in space. And then the purple is our background. So if you look at your cupcake, kind of in the middle of these 2 lines, we're going to draw one line to the right. And then don't draw it through the cupcake, but imagine right over here, same thing. So this is our line. So this would be our foreground, or you could call it like the cupcake sitting on a table. And this is our background. Okay, we're going to turn in our black crayon, and we're going to turn in our template. And you're going to trade it in for your texture plate. So this is a texture plate, and you can make lots of really cool texture with it. So you could see that I have texture down here. This one had texture in the background. You could definitely see the purple texture in the background behind that cupcake, and then there's more texture down here. So you're going to get your texture plate, and you're going to pick a crayon, and we're using our big crayons. And let's see, I'm going to go with this one. You're going to take your texture plate. It has 2 sides, so just pick whichever one you want. You're going to put it underneath your paper, and you're going to use your crayon to create some texture. So I just hold it, and I'm going to... So I'm just doing my background first. Okay, all of this is going to get painted. Okay, that's one side. Go to the other side. Start to see some of the circles going around the cupcake. All right, now, once you have a little bit texture on the background, you're going to trade your texture plate and your crayon with a friend. So now you're going to use your texture plate for the bottom. Also, same idea. Most of this is going to get covered up, but you'll be able to see some of it. And you might want to have a partner help you with holding the paper while one person colors. And just move it. So Wayne Thiebaud is our artist of study, and he uses lots of texture in his paintings. And his is the texture he uses oil paint. It's called impasto. And so we're adding some texture with our texture plates. Okay, there we go. And then you're going to turn in your texture plate, turn in your crayon, and you're going to pick a color for your frame. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down to my frame. So let me turn it over. And you're going to get your jar of glue. And your jar of glue is a mason jar. You're going to twist it off and set the circle cap aside. Take the lid, pull it off, put it on the inside, and set your jar of glue down. Then you're going to take your paintbrush, and remember, we just make a rectangle with our glue. So we go across, and then we go down. We don't need a lot of glue. Then we go across, and then we go up. So we just put glue on the outside edge. We could call this perimeter. Okay, we don't have to put glue on the inside because we're going to put paint on the other side. Okay, now with your glue brush, there's lots of glue on there, so kind of wipe it off on your jar, and then you're going to put your glue brush in the sink. And then you're going to put your lid back on your glue. Oh, you got to turn this over. You're going to try to put it straight, so you're making a nice frame. And you're going to push, push, push. There we go. And then also you're going to turn your paper over and you're going to glue the artist information sheet on the back. And that is on our artist of study, Wayne Thiebaud. Okay, next thing we're going to do is paint. So get your paints. And just move this out of the way. Here we go. You can see this. Zoom out just a little bit. Okay. All right. Now, when you get your paints, today we're using Tempera Paint, and everybody's going to get 6 colors. If there's a color that you want that you don't have on your tray, you can trade with a partner, because I put about 12 different colors of paint for everybody. Or we could do some color mixing on your paper plate. And you're going to need to get your water cup. Here we go. All right, now when you take your lids off of your paint, leave the cups in the tray so you don't spill your paint. And then set your lids. I'm setting my lids in a nice pile. Beautiful colors. Okay, set those lids aside. Right. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is yellow or white. And I do that so I don't dirty my water too much. So let's see. I think I'm going to take some of this yellow and put it on my background. Now if you wanted to make the yellow a little bit lighter, I could take some of my white, mix it on my paper plate, take my yellow, add it to my white, mix them up. See how it makes it lighter? It changes the value. So I just add some variation to this. Lighten it up a little bit. You could even put some white on top of the yellow or the white on any of the colors and it will lighten it up. See, I can add some white to that yellow. Notice the green crayon texture is getting covered up. We can still see part of it. And use your, paper towel to whenever you want to change colors. So I'm using different shades of yellow for my background. But you have freedom. You can create it any way you want. And just a reminder, if there is a certain color that you want, you are welcome to trade colors with a friend if they have the one you want, or you can ask me and I'll show you how to make a color, because all of these colors can be mixed. And this is Tempera Paint. Okay. All right, now clean my brush. Remember, I go dab, 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 and then I wipe it. Now I'm going to do the cherry. Notice the cherry has a highlight on it. We're going to do that at the end. So we're just going to paint it red. And the black crayon is going to get covered up. We're going to use oil pastels to add details once the paint is dry. So I'm painting the red cherry. I'm not worried about mistakes. And if you want your cherry to be a little bit different color, you can also pick up some pink. Maybe throw some nice pink in there. Play around with those colors. Whatever you want to do. Okay, cute. All right, now my cupcake frosting, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this pink here. So first thing I start with is white. I did a layer of white on my paper. Okay, and I kind of did it here. Then, notice I spilled some white, just smear it in, not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to take this beautiful pink, fluorescent pink, and I'm kind of going to, notice the white is lightening up that pink. Thinking this is a strawberry cupcake or strawberry frosting. Okay, so it's lighter on the top. There's my highlight. Okay, then I'm going to take some of the dark pink and put it down at the bottom. So I'm trying to create variation. And to do that, I want to have different values, different shades of the paint. So you can make the paint lighter by adding white. And you can do it actually on your paper, or you could do it on your paper plate. Whatever you want to do. Okay, then clean my brush. I'm going to grab some more white, throw some more white in there, mix it around. Mix it around, okay? And maybe I'll do just a few of these little swirls. Just maybe some pink swirls. Thinking about this cupcake. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry. Okay, now let's see, what color do I want? Okay, so for the bottom, and again, you have freedom to change it. I think I'm going to do this pretty. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's like a teal. So I'm going to put some teal on there. Ooh, notice I mixed some of that teal with that pink. That was really pretty. Maybe we should do some of that. Watch this. If I take some of that pink that I had and I mix it, oh yeah, look at that. The pink and the teal make like a purple. Happy accident. There we go. And then maybe I'll pick up some turquoise and I'll put some turquoise on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just mixing colors, and I picked colors that blend well together. Okay. Get a little bit more green, and I'm going to let that dry. Okay. All right, now the bottom, the foreground. I think I'm going to do the complement of yellow is purple. So I'm going to grab my purple. I think I'm going to do this purple. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So this lesson, I want you to choose at least 4 colors. And the cherry is 1 color, so the cherry would be red. Then you have the foreground is a color, the background is a different color, and then the cupcake frosting is probably a different color than the wrapper. Notice the paint covered up a lot of that crayon texture, which Wayne Thiebaud calls it impasto, the texture he does. Lots of thick layers of paint. Okay, now we're going to let this paint dry, and while it's drying, you're going to learn more about Wayne Thiebaud, and you're going to see some of his amazing artwork in class. And then once it's dry, we will add the details with our oil pastels. Okay, so when you're all done and your painting is filled with paint, you're going to put the lids back on your paint. You're going to turn in your brush, put your water cup in the sink, kind of get cleaned up, and then I'm going to talk to you more about Wayne Thiebaud. So I put the lids on because we're not going to need the paint anymore. Okay, so you're going to take your paint, return your paint, dump your water in the sink, and leave your water cup and brush in the sink. Put your dirty washcloth away, or paper towel. Okay, so to get this dry, because I'm filming and I want you to see it in class, I'm going to just really quickly, Tempera Paint dries pretty quick, but I'm going to just blow dry this. Okay, for the sake of time, I did that. Now, it's all dry. You're going to get a container of Crayons. These are oil pastels. You're going to use your finger. You're going to push it open. Look at those beautiful colors. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is grab your black. Actually, no, grab your white. Let's do the highlight on that cherry. So I'm going to take my white, and it's kind of like the letter C. So you just do a little arc, kind of like the letter C. Then you're going to take your black, and the black really helps you see it. So the first thing you're going to do is outline all those black crayons marks. And so you're going to outline your cherry with that oil pastel. Go back over the cherry. Then you're going to use your black crayon to go around your cupcake. Oh, some of the paint's still wet. See how I have it on my hand and I'm doing it and I'll just smear it. I'm not gonna worry about it. That's okay. Happy accident. Okay, see this black line right here? We're gonna go ahead and outline that. And then the same thing on this side. Okay, and then we're gonna outline the cupcake. And we draw our smile right there. And then the lines of the cupcake. Okay. Now, one last thing with the black. Wayne Thiebaud, all of his artwork looks so realistic of the desserts that he paints because of the shadow. So this over here is our shadow, which means our light source is here. The light source is coming down and it's putting a shadow here. So this is kind of like a curve. So right on the edge of your cupcake, you're going to do like a little tiny curved line, kind of like that, okay? And then that's just so you kind of know the placement of it. Then notice that it comes out a little bit bigger and it's lighter on the left side and then it curves around, okay? So now that you kind of know the shape of it, we're going to go out just a little bit and we're going to keep going, keep going. So we're going to make this thicker. Okay, so you're going to fill it in kind of dark on that corner. And then as you go around, you press lighter to make it very soft, to put the shadow on it. Okay? And there is no wrong way to do this. Remember, in art, just be free with it. Okay, adorable. I'm ready for a cupcake. Okay, now you got to decide. Oh, what about those sprinkles? Well, I think I want some blue sprinkles. And, oh, maybe some red sprinkles. And now you can add any other details that you want. So whether you want to decorate the background more, maybe I'll grab my yellow and see how I had my paint over here. These oil pastels are amazing because they cover up the paint. So I can put some whatever kind of patterns you want. Just be free with it. And you can do the same thing down here at the bottom. If you see any of those texture that you want to show or emphasize. Okay, let's see. So for this one, you could see that I did some lines on this one. You can see this one. So there's no wrong way to do this. Okay, so maybe I'll add some, just emphasize some of these. Whatever patterns you want. You could look at your drawing guide for ideas. I'm going to darken this a little bit. I like this color. I think I take my red and I think I darken this over here too. Just a little bit. Smear it. Go with the cherry darker. All right. Okay, I hope you had fun in fine arts today and fun learning about Wayne Thiebaud. Until next time, bye everybody.